Tired of the same old radio talk show? There is an alternative. This is Gonzo Radio. Gee, I would get my laptop wet. And we're here. Welcome to the Gonzo Radio Show. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm Big Daddy Gonzo, and sorry for the lack of goatee. It was one of those quarantine things where you just look at yourself in the mirror one time too many, and you go, oh, that's got to go. That has just got to go. Now, for those of you that are tuning in, I do believe on Facebook Live and on YouTube, our YouTube page, and on Twitch. Hi, Twitch. How you doing? The one viewer on Twitch. A lot of young kids, they really don't give a shit about what we're talking about. But wait, you teenagers out there stuck on those video games, I have boobies. I have hot women in pools. I have some world-class feature entertainers and movers and shakers in the adult entertainment business. And she also happens to be a smoking hot blonde Aussie blonde bombshell. Ms. Bambi Wilde, our guest tonight here on the Gonzo Radio Show. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, but you fucked up already because I'm not Australian.
I said Australia, didn't I? I said Aussie.
I'm not Australian.
You're not?
No, I'm from New Zealand.
Stop.
No, really.
You don't.
Kiwi curry.
Okay. Oh. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you guys next week. I'm going to finish my scotch in a plastic cup.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Well, what really sucks is I kind of know the difference too. Now, if you're from New Zealand.
Look, we're a lot like Australians. Like, don't feel bad. We are a lot. We're just like this.
But don't you guys have like a slightly funkier accent?
Yeah, we're just a bit cooler. That's the only real difference.
Okay, I'll give you that. We have a lot more famous New Zealanders than we do Australians now. I mean, you have a lot of movie stars and music stars. Everybody's like, but I would totally blow Australia and New Zealand up, though. I mean, there's no way I would be able to get the difference. So sorry.
Oh, it's very similar. No, you're right. It's very, very similar. But we say, for example, like if you hear an Australian, she would say dance, and I say dance. It's just very, very, subtle differences. And we're just a little bit cooler.
And absolutely none of Lord of the Rings was filmed in Australia.
That's correct. Yeah, correct.
Okay, so you're a New Zealand blonde bombshell. I'll blame my producer on that one because I didn't pay attention to what she was writing. And no need to show your cleavage, honey. We know you're the producer. Sam, how are you? Obviously, you're a little damp. I wish we could all be doing this from the pool.
Like I said, you could too, but welcome to my OnlyFans live studio.
Now remember, you're not allowed to get naked on this feed now. I'm sure if I looked in the chat room right now, they'd be saying, "Shut the fuck up, Gonzo! Fuck you, shut up!" How can you tell that we've got three people from the adult entertainment industry? We're 5 minutes in. We're getting the wrong place, and the tits are about to come out.
So vote Bambi's.
Yeah, well, definitely nobody votes mine.
I mean, not that I'm shy, but I vote to see hers.
I mean, and my cleavage is way hairier.
I'll pick you, Sam.
You'll check. Hey, how did I get left out? I'm the host. So although we could sit here and go over your bona fides and your credits, and they are a mile long, we actually brought you here to discuss some serious and then social subject matter. we want to talk about how the adult entertainment industry and sex workers are getting hosed. And I mean hosed. We are being excluded from the stimulus package.
Yeah.
The 2.6 trillion now, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 2.6. And by the way, 2.6 trillion, that 0.6, that's 0.6. That's $600 billion. That's what that 0.6 is. Okay. And we are getting none of it because why? What is it? A prurient interest?
Prurient. Yes. Yeah. That's the word. Prurient. We're all prurient.
I mean, I got I got college education, but prurient interests. I think that the phrase was excluding those that display for entertainment acts of prurient or sexual interest.
Yes. I mean, I can look it up and we can get the exact words.
Have
I'm
either
not
of
gonna
you?
lie, I did Google it myself after I saw that.
It's like, what the fuck is prurient?
An obsession with sex, so I guess it's accurate for everybody in this chat room.
It's everybody's, yeah. I mean, it's not just us, you know, like they've covered everybody, like from anybody that's like from sex toy manufacturers, to strippers, to DJs in the entertainment industry, to club owners, to directors, everything. They've completely sent a big fuck you to all of us. But I mean, they're still going to take our tax money, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, and you know that personally because you're a brand new club owner.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, of all of the timing in the world to have, I did it. I had a beautiful club that was doing really well for 9 days before we had to shut down due to this. Yeah. So
you don't even want to say it. It's like the Voldemort virus. Is that what it is? You don't even want to say its name anymore.
I don't know. I'm not even that mad at the Rona, to be honest. I'm just mad at the whole situation.
I'm not mad at the virus. I'm not mad at the virus. It's not the virus's fault. Virus is going to virus. Yeah. Virus is going to do virus shit.
Right. Like you can't be mad at a tiger, you know, for eating Carol Baskin's husband. The tiger went tiger. You can't be mad at a tiger.
Bitch.
Shout out to South Florida.
Carol Baskins is a bitch.
Florida man.
I am a Florida man. I'm like a native. I'm a Florida man. It is a wonderful time to be a Florida native. Okay. Right. If you thought there was
a wonderful time to be from Florida. What are you talking about? Right?
It's a wonderful time to be from Florida.
That's why the whole country hates on you. We're jelly.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, look, it's like that's like Australians. They look down their nose at you guys.
Yes.
And yes, they look down their nose at you guys and people from Tasmania and they're you know, like that. It's like no, we're different.
Yeah. Didn't John Oliver do a skit that was put NZ on the map or something like that? Yeah, that was a hashtag for a while.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a New Zealand file in that way. Yeah, and he's got the hots for our prime minister. I mean, she's pretty cool as far as prime ministers go. So, yeah.
Well, no, he's definitely a New Zealand file. He did that. He said puts New Zealand on the map, but he wanted to put New Zealand anywhere on the world. He wanted to move New Zealand. Just pick it up and move it on the other side of the world, or maybe next to New Jersey or something like that. It was nuts. By the way,
where we are.
Speaking of John Oliver, did you catch his latest episode?
I did not.
Last week tonight, he's really turning into right now. He's doing some important work. He's mostly funny, but he's really his editorializing is getting really sharp, really poignant, really biting. Ooh, but anyway,
his little guest spot on Colbert was quite depressing.
Yeah, I think humor is the best way to get messages across to people who maybe don't want to deal with being lectured or have to deal with anything that they feel like they don't understand or it's beyond them. They don't want to get too political. Humor is a really great way to breach that to people. It's actually can be really intelligent, and it's a good way to pass messages on without people feeling like they're being punished with information. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Sure. But what we're seeing now is that we're trying to disseminate information
right
through that spectrum. And it seems like that's the only way that people can digest it properly is if you tell it in a funny bit. It's part of a funny, almost like being an essayist. I mean, a lot of people forget that Mark Twain, okay, who was a novelist. Mark Twain was also a great essayist. He also did a lot of political writing.
Right.
And Mark was my Google just picked up on that. Shut up, yo. But a lot of people don't realize that what he was using as humor, what they saw as humor, was his way of getting a point across and making it better digestible. Hey, I'm trying to talk here. That's distracting.
That's what, Sam, anytime you go on for too long, Sam should just like lean in like this so that you understand. Like, we're gonna change the subject.
Well, am I sounding at wah 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 wah?
Something, and I'm at ground level, so I had to raise myself up.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
But no, Mark Twain was a guy that tried to use humor to get his point across when he's talking about politics.
I think it's a really valuable and intelligent way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Satire, political satire in that fashion, it gets the point across. And his point is that a lot is going to have to change about America. A lot. There's some stuff that we really didn't want to do, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever Aryan. And there's realities that we're going to have to face. Right. And this was one of those realities that we weren't prepared. And if we would have had something closer to single payer healthcare for all, Medicare for all, socialized medicine, we'd have been way better prepared. Yes. The people that have been railing against socialism are starting to find out, and railing against big government are starting to find out, well, sometimes you got to have that shit.
Right. And
so, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
For sure.
There's no better time to address healthcare.
Yeah, no better time.
I understand why Americans fight the concept of universal healthcare. I don't understand. Like we've got a single pay concept. We have free healthcare in New Zealand. I've had it my whole life. It's good.
And comprehensive gun control too.
It's great.
and comprehensive gun control too.
Right. Yes. Yeah, we have that as well.
Even though you have sheep farmers running around with shotguns on, but you know what? They're licensed.
Yeah, they're all licensed. But
yeah,
that still doesn't stop bad things from happening.
No, nobody's saying they have to do, but everybody seems to want to hug their gun. We're like, we'd like to register that. Well, there's no rules that say I have to register it.
Right.
Or the 15 assault rifles that I have. We could.
States,
I don't know. I'm pretty grateful. I'm grateful for rednecks.
Right.
At this point, if COVID-19 turns into COVID-20 and it's a zombie apocalypse, we're all
God,
redneck neighbors.
I was saying that on Donnie's daily open mic session.
Yeah.
Which is what I started calling that about a week and a half ago. His briefings. It's like, oh look, it's open mic with Donnie.
Yeah.
All right. He is literally an open mic comedy host, goes up there and does 6 to 10 minutes of really, really mediocre material, and then brings on the next guy. And now coming to the main stage, coming up right now, a really, 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 really funny guy. Here's Mr. Anthony Fauci, Tony Fauci. Tony, come on up here and talk. And then Tony comes up and does his 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Trump comes back up again. All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much. All right, a big round of applause. Okay. Now coming up next. I mean, it's open mic. With Donnie, and he it's just it's a daily clusterfuck, and we could have been better prepared. We could have done better.
I don't think anybody's arguing those 2 points, though. This is a clusterfuck, and we could have been better prepared. And I think everybody, no matter if they're Republican or Democrat, are on board with that statement.
Right. Well, okay. A guy, speaking of comedians from your neck of the woods, from your neighboring that little island just to the west of your home island, I guess. Jim Jeffries, you're familiar with him, right?
Yeah, he's a funny
Aussie comic. Oh,
yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, I watch all his stuff. His bit on gun control was very
good.
My
God. Oh, he's like, over in Australia, we have a couple of massacres, and the government goes, all right, that's it.
No more guns. And
no more guns.
Yeah, all right.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
How different our nations are.
Well, there was a massacre. A bunch of kids got shot. Fair enough. Okay, no more guns.
But in America, fuck you! Don't take my guns.
You're not going to take my guns. Yeah. So it's crazy how the attitudes change, but the inability for us to be able to deal with this is as long as it's taken. Right. It disturbs me, and it should disturb everybody. It really should. The same way that he threw $2.6 trillion at the problem to keep the country from sliding into a deep, dark depression. Yeah. But he can't seem to get the money to everybody. And he's definitely hosing us. Yeah. Okay. He fired the oversight director, the guy who was going to have the oversight on this spending.
This has got something to do with Stormy Daniels. Like, do you think he's still just harboring a little bit of fucking hatred towards the way that all went down? So he's just going to punish the entire industry as a fucking message? Is it?
No. I think what it is that was probably a standing procedure in any sort of bailout situation like that, because they see us as contract workers and working outside the norm of society.
Is this basically, so something about New Zealand, this is very strange to me and alien, because in New Zealand, prostitution is decriminalized.
Right.
So here, I find it really strange that in order to have sex for money, you have to do it on camera. Like, it's really bizarre. So this whole idea that our entire industry is somehow less than or isn't mainstream, or we should be ashamed of what we do, it's very backwards. And it's not something that I've experienced for a really long time. Like, prostitution was decriminalized. Like in my first, I think I'd been stripping for like not even a year, and it came in, and I've been doing this for 18 years now. So most of my adult life, like in this industry, it's been mainstream, like everything to do with this industry. Do you know what I mean? So it's
right.
It's really weird to come here and have it be considered something that we should be ashamed for. Like, it's just
For some strange reason, the Judeo-Christian influence.
There is way more religion behind the politics here, which
right.
I
way more
strange. Yeah,
way more. The influence is ridiculous, considering that the ordered separation of church and state is in our Constitution.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't really mean that. What they meant was everybody else's religion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bit creepy. Yeah.
And there should be no laws written with regard to religion. That's essentially where it is, and that's the statement that declares the separation. And it's remained a gray area for a long time.
Right.
Like Sam said, it's like, where's it at? It's like, well, it's kind of more of a suggestion in the Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, something like that. I don't know. I'm not constitutional. I'm a titty bar DJ. I'm not a constitutional professor. Just like the president isn't a fucking doctor, I'm not a constitutional professor. Although I do have a constitution around here. I really actually do. So
that's something I'm gonna have to learn when I get naturalized. So yeah.
Constitution?
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
No.
It's not that hard. Just learn like the first 20 amendments. It's pretty easy because everything after that is pretty much common sense. Right. Actually, everything after the 13th Amendment is kind of, don't enslave people.
My default speaker.
Slavery bad. Right. That's an easy one. Yeah. Slavery bad.
Why?
Interesting enough that it had to be put in there.
Not the fun kind of slavery, Sam. I mean the other kind of slavery. Not the slavery you have to pay extra for.
Not optional.
Are you doing an OnlyFans while we're doing this? Have you got like more than one cam going? She's got like 3 fucking sites going.
Wait, I'm gonna go on and check.
She's got a mini cam. She's got an OnlyFans, and she's not even listening to us now. We're not even here. You can't even hear us. Can you? You can't even hear us, can you? She's like, we're being ignored. Okay, well, while she's swimming around,
it works now.
Would you like to rejoin the conversation?
Yeah, catch me up after the last 45 seconds.
Oh, well, we've been just talking about prostitution and prostitution and the Constitution.
All the things that I'm going to do to you when this is over, Sam. That's what we were talking about.
Whoop, froze her up. Got so damn excited she froze.
We have plans for that already, I thought. No.
Am I interrupting?
We do.
You guys do like a co-cam?
Well, I was assuming that would be hard to do co-cam. This is
watching. No, okay. So I was on Twitter the other night, and it was Brandy Love and like 3 of her friends. There was like 4 of them on their own cameras. They were doing it was like a group session, but like social distancing style. So they were all like doing stuff to themselves, but they were doing it on camera for each other and filming it at the same time. It was kind of cute.
I just want to see somebody do something like
It's like not the same as watching 2 people get it on, but it was like, I thought it was kind of,
It's like, ooh, you like that, don't you? Ooh, you like that, huh? Come on, keep coming with the bing, 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 bing.
So the real question here is she going to use a strap on a dildo, or are we doing it like virtual?
Well, we can do it virtual now and then read the real thing later. Right?
Okay.
Are you taking suggestions off your OnlyFans? Is that what you're doing right now?
It feels like it. It's like there's somebody is prompting her.
Check her page. Make sure she's not streaming the show on there.
Hey, I thought about setting up my phone camera and doing a live OnlyFans. I didn't.
Oh, my groceries. All right. Well, we were going to move on to the next subject that we were going to talk about before we eventually get to the 7 deadly questions. And that would be, speaking of OnlyFans, the hierarchy of, is it hierarchy? It's hierarchy, right? Sam, you have to catch me. Hierarchy is she's coined the term. Well, it's in the Urban Dictionary, but the hierarchy of established cam girls and performers that are getting salty, nasty, and mean towards the new girls.
I've seen it go both ways.
Now it's going both ways. Oh, okay.
Both ways. I've seen a lot of the new girls.
Let me step back and allow the 2 of you, both experienced cam performers.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm that experienced as a cam performer, and I very much prefer live, like personally. But I have had an OnlyFans for a while, for a couple of years, and it's now become my main source of income. But I wouldn't say, like, if I had the choice to be live and be performing live and do lap dances and all that kind of stuff, I far prefer it. For the opposite, but for as many of the girls that there are of me, there's the same number of girls that prefer camming. Do you know what I mean? I've got lots of friends that started out stripping and they fucking hated it for the reasons that I love it, and they started camming, and I think they're amazing. And when they first started doing it, I set up my OnlyFans. They were really great about it, and they gave me a lot of advice. And I totally don't mind it. It's great. I would rather be doing anything in this profession than not doing it, than doing something else. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right on.
But I think that there's been, I think what Sam was talking about, there has been a lot of girls who have never had anything to do with this industry and perhaps have belittled, like I did a video on it, that belittled women in this industry, but now they've realized, they don't have their regular jobs. They're going to try and do it now, which is also totally fine. But it would be great if those girls, after this is all over, became allies rather than went back to judging us for our prurient ways.
or just fucked off and went back to the clubs.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of strippers talk shit too that just recently have accounts. I've seen plenty of house girls posting on their Facebook and Twitter, whatnot. I've made this OnlyFans and this isn't what I normally do. I don't like this, but since I don't have a job, the club's not open, I'm going to create this account. And that's really kind of shitting on all the girls that have had accounts for forever. I mean, I started out as a cam girl before I ever stepped foot in a club. I've had my Flirt for Free account since I was 18.
Right.
So I see these other strippers come in and they're like, oh, I don't normally do this, but subscribe to me. Like, you really don't have to shit on the people that do this for a career in order to do it.
Yeah.
And the girls that aren't in this industry that have historically talked trash about girls in it now are like, follow my OnlyFans. Okay, weren't you just talking shit about me for having one like 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever?
Yeah.
But on the flip side, like Bambi was talking about, there is experienced strippers, teachers, porn stars, etc., that are talking shit about the new girls for trying to start. So it's turned into this entire hierarchy of women bashing women, which is not cool.
Right.
There's that word hierarchy again. I love
day,
it.
We're all considered purient.
Yes. Yes, we are.
We're just all a bunch of purient hoes, so we may as well love each other.
Those are. I'm not purient. I'm not prurient. I am just that. That's just my interest. It's extraordinary to me right now, because from another perspective, you have these cosplay girls. Costumers. They usually, the cosplay girls have already been established for a while. I still know a few of them from when I used to do.
Yeah, I meet them at Exotica. They're fucking great.
Right. Yeah. They come in dressed as anime characters, and you're like, hey, you're pretty fucking hot. Well, a lot of those girls make six figures working, working their platforms.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they have an OnlyFans. They have they're branching out into the other higher traffic platforms. And I mean, we're talking about there's 12 of them out there now. I mean, it used to be Patreon, the Patreon for fans only. Is what it was?
Right.
You had your private customers, and now it's branched out to like 12 platforms.
Yeah.
Extra lunch money.
Exactly.
I think that's kind of positive in a way for the industry anyway, because I think the more people that can direct their careers in the way that they want, the less I don't want to say abuse, but yeah, it is kind of abuse. The less likely things are going to go badly for people, the less people are going to be taken advantage. So the more women, the more everybody is in charge of their own careers. It's at least to start with,
personal independence.
Yeah, then I think the better. But that's my opinion.
Listen, if I thought that I could start an OnlyFans page and just wear thongs all day and just show pictures of my fat hairy ass in a thong,
there is definitely somebody gonna buy
four times a day.
I'm sure that you've gone on porn sites and you realize that there is a market for everything.
Yeah. Let me tell you, not that I'm a big surfer of porn sites or anything like that, but I somehow, some way ended up on X Hamster. Okay.
I'm on there.
When they had, I mean, not that I saw you on there, but and they had their selection. We're going to call it a selection. Because I mean, there was some like really pinpoint, like, midget Asian amputee. I'm like,
right.
Who the fuck does
when you upload your videos, it always, when I first started doing it, when I first started uploading my videos to things, and like you start typing in, you can get like 5 lots of them of you certain categories, but you only have a certain number of categories that you can type in. But when I go to type in, you go to type in masturbation, the other shit that comes up is so specific. I'm like, wow, there is enough people that find that they look that up, that there is a fucking category for that? Okay, cool.
Minivids just this week dropped 200 new categories.
Categories.
Categories. I was on Minivids and I was like, wow, that's a thing. Like, I can't
categories.
I need to up this, like, get more creative. And it makes you want to start. I start doing this whole thing. It starts getting in my head and I'm like, well, fuck, is this a category? Is this a fucking category? Like, how specific?
Maybe I should make a video for this.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna make a video for that.
It's like tranny cream pie orgy.
That's just generic. What are you talking about?
It sounds like Mad Libs or something, It's just like, okay, we're gonna take 3 categories out of the can, shake the can. All right, here we go. And you're gonna have like Asian grandma.
Right.
Double penetration. Ah! No, I don't want to see that.
Right.
Asian grandma double penetration. You could just that's a new game now.
But one man's ooh is another man's hey.
you look at the 714 videos, and each of them have an average of about 6,000 views each, and you got one of them that's got 500,000. I'm like, who the fuck watches this 500,000 times?
Look, hey, I'll share one from mine. I have been paid quite substantially from someone. First of all, they wanted me to squish my toes in the mud. They wanted a video of that. And then
that's not too terrible.
No, not too terrible. But then I had another guy he just wanted me to describe in depth detail how I would beat him in a cage fight.
Oh, those are my favorite.
In a cage fight?
Yes.
Somebody likes to watch a lot of MMA.
But he wanted me to beat him. It wasn't about, you know what I mean? He specifically wanted me to talk about overpowering him. Yeah.
Oh, well, at least he doesn't want you to cut his junk off. Sam had one of those. Sam had junkie McCastration over there.
Oh my God. Yeah, she told me all about that. But
that's a whole fetish too. Honestly, the first time I saw it, I thought it was strange. But after I have been full-time on these websites, a castration fetish is definitely a real thing. And
they just added it as a category.
You know, the thing, I don't mind the fetishes at all. Like, do you know what bothers me though is like the stuff when it comes up to things like facial abuse and like forced blowjobs, stuff like that. Like, I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's not actually. It's really popular.
I'm not into the gag thing.
It's not. It's abuse. Like, it is abuse. And the fact that people find that they normalize it as mainstream, that bothers me.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, if you've got a kink, cool.
I'm not into the gagging thing though.
Right.
I'm not to brag about the brajul I got hidden down here or anything like that. But literally, if I heard that during sex, which actually a couple of times I have, and I'm like, you okay? Everything stops.
Really?
Everything stops, you know?
Aww.
I mean, listen, the comedian David Tell said, yeah, the party doesn't start until somebody throws up on my dick. No.
Yeah,
I've never done that one.
Yeah, it's a thing apparently, and I'm just, it's like,
I get naked and party, but nope.
No, the ultimate kink is consent. As long as all parties are adult and agree, fucking do whatever you want.
I listen. The choking, I dig it. There's a method. I was actually taught by a girlfriend how to choke right, and you know the various other little kinks, maybe restraining or things like that. That's fine, but once you start getting into various bodily fluids,
it bothers me that people want to think about it like it's S&M is different. I like bondage. I like S&M, right. And it's like it's about giving somebody. It's being submissive. It's not about being hurt. Do you know what I mean?
It's about trust.
Right. It is absolutely about trust, and it can be really pleasurable to give up that control to somebody. Being hurt, like the idea that people want to see people not enjoying themselves, like these women at that and guys, like they're acting like they're not enjoying it. That to me says something about society more than anybody's weird kink. Like anything that you can think is, oh well, that's a little bit out there. No, to me that is the strangest one, and it's quite popular.
Well, here's a really good one for you. You know Daniel Tosh.
Enjoying themselves, yeah.
Daniel Tosh, Tosh.0.
Yeah.
He had the gay porn challenge with his writers, all of whom were hetero.
Yeah.
And they each had to take a 25 milligram Viagra and stand with their pants around their ankles and their hands behind their back, all in a row, and watch a gay porno. And the first guy the first guy to pop a boner is fired.
Did you get paid for this?
No, that was Daniel Tosh's his little stunt.
You
never know what you like.
You can't. What the fuck?
But still, no, it was a joke. It was a bit. but it's still a point of you really don't know what causes a little tingle down there. Right. Until you actually see it happen.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, if you happen to watch, you're like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting.
Right.
You know, you don't know what it is. And then you turn around and you look and go, wow, I didn't know I was into MILF porn. Or I didn't know I was into, I was into badonkadonks, and I didn't know I was into, choking and bondage or there's some of the bondage is really great with the ropes and everything. The totals. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Of course, I have somebody who knows all about that stuff here with me in the pool. We have a pool here at the Gonzo Radio Show now. We are officially aquatic. All right. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break here so that everybody can grab a drink or pee or whatever they need to do. Not you, Sam. Don't pee in the pool. Too late. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we will subject Bambi Wilde to the 7 deadly questions here on the Gonzo Radio Show. See ya.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord. COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. I blow the wind of God from the state of Washington to the state of Maine to Brownsville, Texas, and the tip of Florida. Today, we speak to this atmosphere. Today, burn this thing. This virus hates heat. You just burn this thing. Burn, burn. I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell. Burn, burn. COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. I blow the wind of God. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here now. Burn. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here. Burn this thing. COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. I blow the wind of God. You are destroyed forever, and you will never be back.
can feel you here, right here.
I'm back. I can feel you right there too. Oh my God. Welcome back to the Gonzo Radio Show. As you can see, mayhem abounds on your screen.
Your titties right now.
On your screen in 3 windows, you have 5 big boobs. And they are all lovely boobs, including my freshly shaven boob head.
I really want to reach out and touch it, to be honest.
You like bald men, huh?
I do. I do.
Hashtag me.
Let me tell you what, the day after I shaved my head bald, I got laid, and I had that girlfriend for a good couple of months, and it was a lot of fun. And it was the head that did it, the bald head that did it. And
yeah, it feels good.
I'll shave that bitch any chance I get.
Nice. High five.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, oh, my hair sucks. Is that why everybody's looking at me like ew? It's like, oh yeah, my hair is horrible. Okay, bye.
It's not that your hair sucks. It's just that it's sexy. It's just there's something about it.
Well, I'm fortunate that I have
some women like beards. Some women like the smooth hair.
Well, I rock the beard thing pretty well too, but nowadays I have to dye the shit.
I'm not.
That's what you've been doing wrong. Dude, let me tell you what, and what's really crazy is that I've lost a little bit of weight while I've been in. So like the double chin is now starting to turn into a waddle. I'm going to have to go have some work done. It's ridiculous. But you know what? I don't care. If I keep losing weight and I end up with a waddle, I will go get some fucking work done. I don't care. I'm not going to have that.
You live in South Florida, right? It's the place.
I have to do my chin exercises. Ugh,
have you seen it? You can put in your mouth and go like this. That's supposed to work all that out. They look kind of like a ball gag, but you put them in your mouth and you it's supposed to exercise all of this. You know, of course, we can do 17 straight minutes of you just doing that into the screen, and probably get fucking rich. Video is going to be on, and that would be on your OnlyFans. And watch that thing go bing, 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 bing. Okay, so it wouldn't be the Gonzo Radio Show unless we got really weird with pretty women. So how do you like us so far? Yeah. Nobody tried to warn you about coming on this show. Nobody called you and was like, really? You're going to be on that show? Really? Sam told me, and it's whatever Sam recommends is usually always a brilliant, beautiful, terrible, but fantastic idea. You have no idea. She is one of the smartest moves I've made in 2019. Yeah. So I will say that. It was like when I had her on as a guest, and I was like, need some energy like that. Yeah. And it was strictly an energy thing. It really was. I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke up your ass, especially while you're in the pool, because that'd make bubbles. But it literally was an energy thing. I mean, she's not a broadcaster, but she can be well spoken. And I mean, her first couple of shows, we thought she might be mute, but she came out of her shell and started talking more instead of just being being a smiley pretty. Did you do your first show sober? Was it? No, we weren't sober. We're never fucking sober when we do this show. Are you crazy? I've never seen Sam not talk. Like, if she has a couple of drinks, she's like the bubbliest, most infectious person in the room. Oh, true. We get listen.
We're not going into drunk Sam stories.
No, but we have a couple of high lies. You know, we have a couple of beers, and
Is Batman watching?
I don't. Well, he might be. Let me check. Let me check. I'll check the chat room.
I found some photos of us at Expo earlier.
We got Lou Lang. We got Lara Sparks. We got Guy Siegel. Guy Siegel wants to know. Wait. He had a pretty interesting question back here. Wow, you guys are chatting it up, huh? Oh, Guy Siegel wanted to know what your favorite category was when we were talking about categories on porn sites. Oh, I don't know. I haven't even gone through all of them yet. But for me personally, if I'm looking up porn, I like lesbian porn. I like girl on girl. I like it when one of them is like dominating the other one a little bit, but it's all consensual. I don't like want to hurt her. I want her to just, like a collar around the neck, like a little bit of like, That's pretty hot. There's a boss.
I
like it when there's a boss and a sub, and it's two girls getting it on. Yeah, that's my go-to.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Will you dominate me?
Yeah, of course. That so totally goes into like that first question.
We really have to put a Patreon button on this show then if we're going to do that, because I
Hey,
mean,
we can do that, right?
I don't think.
A little
Where's there a
bit
button?
smaller.
Can we set up any banking information? Come on, hurry up, Brad. Make a button. We need a platform.
Get it done now, Brad.
To make it happen, damn it.
No, there's very few things that would give me more pleasure than dominating you, Sam.
And Sam, what would your favorite category be?
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of the double blowjob thing. I'm not gonna lie.
The double blowjob
That's
thing?
always been one of my favorite
What,
things.
like this?
No, like two girls and a
Oh,
dude.
two
Like,
girls
I'm
blowing
great
a
at
guy.
sucking
Oh,
dick.
right.
I
Okay,
can
yeah,
go
the
off in
threesome.
front of one of my friends and we both
Yeah,
suck a dick.
threesomes.
I don't know. That's one of my favorite things.
No, threesomes are hot too. Yes, I like the threesome thing. But still with the same thing. I like one woman in charge. I like the guy to be there and one woman in charge and the other girl, and then they go at it on the guy.
That was one of my favorite champagne rooms. Put him on that couch over there. Me and the other girl will be on this.
Right. It's that's mine. Yeah.
Oh, wait, where are you going? What, you gonna tell half the story? Once upon a time, there was a hot girl, and there was me, and then there was things, and then the end. Bye.
Once upon a time, there was a hot girl that now I feel the need to ask if she wants to come on camera. No, it was beautiful. There was a guy that was like, "Well, I will take you to a champagne room for the rest of the night if you two just fuck each other. Like, I'm not even gonna touch either one of you. Not even a lap dance."
Okay.
So we were like.
Yeah.
So he sat on this couch on this side of the room, and we sat on this couch over here and did what we did. And then he threw a bunch of money, and we were like,
That's the dream. I miss the club. I miss the club
Me
so
too.
bad.
Oh, I've seen some things like that, a few things like that. Actually, not even in my own club though, but I've seen that where it's like the guy's just there to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there to watch.
beautiful, A+.
we need more of those customers all the time.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, those customers would be ideal in the upcoming new paradigm that we're going to be easing into. Those customers will be super valuable because the girls will be like, I don't have to touch you. No, I have to touch her. Yeah. And especially if you know her and you know she's not nasty, you know she doesn't have the Rona. You know, because I was quarantined with her for 2 weeks.
Viruses, they don't discriminate. It doesn't matter if you're nasty or not. You can catch something.
I know. I'm living proof. I'm living proof of that. Yeah. Let me inform everybody. We're all going to get it. We're all going to get it. It's a zombie apocalypse. We're all going to get it.
You're there.
Right. Exactly. Because otherwise,
you're right down the road, and we're still in our respective houses.
Right. Otherwise, I would be there poolside, I guess. I don't know. I'd be by my own damn pool. Well, why don't we whip out the 7 deadly questions? How about that?
Okay, I prepared.
She's prepared. You stretched and hydrated. You changed into professional clothes.
I felt left out, but yes.
Yeah, I've got mine on too, but I didn't shave my chest, so I'll have to pass.
That's another thing that some women like. I'm pretty sure that chest hair is probably
hairy chest.
Category.
Oh my god! Oh, it's like
I bet you it's a category. I want to look it up.
It's like a jungle, right? And I'm going gray, so it's gone from a jungle to like.
You look like a teddy bear that the stuff.
Mount Everest. Yeah, Mount Everest. It's like the side of a snowy mountain. So, Sam, if you could you administer the 7 deadly questions to Miss Bambi Wilde?
I'm ready.
Bambi, normally I would turn right to you and molest you in some way, so I'm grabbing your tits right now, okay?
I can feel, yeah.
Okay, good. Who would you sleep with if you could pick one person in the entire world, dead or alive, just for one night though?
I don't want to fuck a dead person, but anyway, okay. So I thought about this, and given that, like, I don't idolize celebrities. Like, a lot of people do. I don't have that. I find them, their body of work interesting. I admire people, but a lot of the time when it comes to celebrities or people like that you don't actually know, they're going to disappoint you with their personalities. And for me, people become more attractive the more I know them, or the less attractive the more I know them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that, for me, it's very much an intellectual thing. And as soon as we agreed before this started getting serious, but when you were down in Florida and I was up here and we couldn't get to each other, and we agreed that we were going to do a video together, that's all I've been fucking thinking about this entire lockdown. So you're my person, Sam. You're my person.
I've never had somebody answer with me. I love you so much.
You, Sam Singh. Sam Singh is 100%. I've been thinking about it, and it's you.
I was starting to get excited that you like fat, nerdy guys.
Well, I like them too, but I mean, I didn't have time to I didn't have that whole time to mull over it. Like, I've been here like alone, like having to do my own videos all by myself. And then, me and Sam had agreed, we talked about it. We're going to do a film together. And that's really all I've been thinking about this entire time. So I had to think, I'm like, this isn't really any contest. I don't want to fuck some person that I've never met just because I thought their fucking movie was good, or like they did this, they wrote a good book. Great, but they might be an asshole. Do you know what I mean?
I'm the only one. Okay. I mean, because there's 0% chance I would turn down Scarlett Johansson. I mean, 0%. I mean, I don't even like all of them.
She doesn't want to fuck you. Like, what's
that's different.
Like, that's where I'm coming with this. Like, you don't know what that person's going to be like. They might be a complete arrogant asshole. I know that Sam's awesome. Do you know what I mean? I know that I like her. I know it's going to be good sex. So if you've got to pick one thing, like, I'm picking. Yeah. I stand by my decision. Okay. And I won't regret it.
With conviction.
Now I have to try extra hard so I don't disappoint you.
No, fuck no. It's not. But the beauty of us knowing each other is like, we could try again.
Bingo.
I hope to be invited. Okay, how about number 2?
We got going, didn't we?
That's okay. That's what I'm here for, is to gently guide you into the next one. Here we go at 10:30, 11 o'clock. Like, oh my God, I got number 7 yet.
We're talking about how we're gonna fuck each other.
I'm having fun though. I don't give a shit. Go right ahead. You want to keep talking about number 1? That's fine. I got enough water. I'll check out the chat room. I'll not a lot.
Oh, I can't read along on the chat room right now either.
That's okay. You have the pool.
So wrapped up in Bambalam.
If I go like this, does it help you with the next question? Yeah.
And here's what's really funny. I just noticed she's wearing a Corona bikini.
I know. I saw that at the beginning. I was like, yes. Topical.
Drugs are bad. Yeah. Cautionary tale about weed smoking. All right. So number 2, Sam,
is sloth. It's your day off and you don't want to do fucking anything. What are you trying to get out of? Be it a chore, an activity, a work thing. What do you run and hide in the corner from? And also why?
Okay, so we talked about this before. I'm currently supposed to be building a website for myself and for Lux Showgirls. And one of the reasons that I like I said earlier, that I like the club so much versus camming, even though I have no issue with camming. I think it's a really great industry. But for me personally, I don't like computers. I don't like being on them. I don't like doing the work. I don't understand them. I'm a little bit ADHD and it sets me off really badly. So if I'm going to try and get out of anything, it's always going to be anything I have to do on the computer work and anything on the computer. But also like bureaucratic shit on the computer is the worst. Like if you have to go online, and that's something that we've had to do, like, and I'm sure a lot of girls have had to do, like you've got to go online and put in your social security and fill in all your tax forms and all that kind of stuff. That stuff literally makes me almost want to just fucking curl up and die. That bureaucratic shit. And it's horrible when you have to fill it out by paper, but for some reason online is just so much worse. And you're going into a window and then another window comes up and you haven't fucking sent it right and you've got to download this fucking PDF to fucking be able to send that one. I can't do it. It gives me the fucking shits. It drives me fucking mental. I can't deal.
But by the way, it's really hot when you say fucking a lot.
Oh, good, great. I'm glad.
Remember that for the next time you go on Cam. Fuck.
Right, thanks.
It's not. I like dirty talk, so that's one of my categories.
Well, you're gonna love Kiwis because we've got really fucking terrible mouths. Yeah.
Kiwi curry.
Really? You have any single sisters?
I have a couple of sisters. I mean, yeah.
But I'd have to fly them over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we kind of. Oh, how do I put it? Like, we're fun for a good time, not a long time. Like, they might drive you fucking crazy.
Still not scared.
Okay.
I don't scare easy.
Okay, good. Well, then maybe, yeah, we can set something up.
Call me. Number 3.
Gluttony. We're still going on the lines of it's your day off. Who would you sleep with? What would you get out of doing? And what is your favorite junk food? It's a cheat day on your diet. What are you stocking up on and sitting on the couch and munching on all day?
Okay, I'm going to show you. Wait.
I get a visual.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be disgusted. So before I say this, I'm going to be a complete asshole. Everybody hates me for doing this, but I'm vegan and gluten-free. So these are my go-to snacks. I love them. They're like the best. Everyone else is like, what the fuck? They're like, so they're quinoa and kale and they're jalapeno and cheddar flavor. But they're vegan and they're gluten-free. And I love them.
Quinoa and kale both in my fridge right now. So I don't know if that's a junk food to binge on, but it's good.
Nice. There you go.
Hey, wait.
Yeah,
hold the bag up again. I'm going to like.
Yeah, eat real.
I have to try it now.
I'm not being paid for this, by the way.
You're an unpaid spokesman.
Right. Yeah, no, those are the things. Oh, that and chocolate, like chocolate, what is it? Salted chocolate granola. Yeah, salted chocolate. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
All right, then.
Yes.
Quinoa and kale.
They don't taste like quinoa and kale, okay?
I know, I understand. I'm just saying. Our colons don't understand the difference. They don't know the difference. It's still quinoa and kale.
Right. Yeah, I like it.
All right, Sammy, what's the next one?
I have to go with wrath. What sets you off, gets you saying the fuck word the most often? What pisses you off? 0 to 100 real quick.
I would have to say, not a lot really makes me that angry. Like, hypocrisy makes me angry. Like the way that all of us prurient workers are being treated. Like, I really dislike it when someone belittles a sex worker for what they do, but at the same time they're consuming their labor. That shit really fucks me off. Yeah. But also late people that fucking can't get somewhere on time. We're not here to fuck spiders. Everybody has shit to do. Just get there on time. Yeah, that shit annoys me a lot.
We're not here to fuck spiders.
We're not here to fuck spiders. Yeah, it means
I was about to ask the same question. Yeah.
We're not here to fuck around. We're not here to waste time. If you're a spider fucker, then you're wasting people's time. We're not here to fuck spiders, mate. If anybody says that to you, it means you're wasting their time.
Kill them with fire, but sure. No fucking spiders.
I've got very little to do with the spiders. It's just the same. We're not here to fuck spiders means don't waste my time.
Now, New Zealand doesn't have like giant spiders that try to kill you like Australia does, do they?
No. So we've got very few natural predators.
Things that like to kill
almost
you.
Completely opposite. Yeah, like so we were never actually joined. We're not like Gondwana. We were joined together. Do you know what I mean? We
right.
And so we have completely different ecological species.
You're an archipelago.
Geographically, we're very different. Yeah, right.
You're an archipelago.
Right. Yeah, we're completely different. So, but we got their redbacks at one point, but they're just little bastards. They're not like the big ones. We have Avondale spiders, which are completely harmless, but they're about the size of a dinner plate. They can get to about the size of it, but they're not gonna fuck with you at all. They're your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They'll just chill out. They can't bite you. They're not gonna hurt you. They're fine.
I'm sorry. I would go screaming from the room like an old lady, like, ah!
No, they're pretty cool. They're not. Yeah, they're not.
I'd hit it with a hammer or drop a chair on it, or if it's south. Listen, Florida.
You need some Avondale spiders, mate, because they don't fuck you, but they eat the bugs.
Listen, Florida is the Florida
in your house in the corner. No, they're not going to fuck with you. They're going to eat the flies.
But Florida is the Australia of the United States,
right?
Because everything in Florida wants to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've even added boa constrictors and pythons too.
Yeah. Do you actually know what's really fucked up is I featured all over Australia, and I spent years over there going back and forth. I've camped in the outback in a fucking tent, and you walk from the beach to the city sometimes, and there'll be signs saying watch out for boa constrictors, like keep your dogs on a leash, all that kind of stuff. I've never had a problem the entire time I was in Australia. I was in America for 2 weeks. And I was running, of all places, I was running around Lake Michigan in Chicago, and it was unseasonably warm at that time. And I'd never seen squirrels live before. So I'm chasing them and I'm filming them for my friends. I got under a bush, and at some point, a brown recluse spider, which is not native to Chicago, by the way, got into my pants and bit me on the kneecap. And I have a scar still, but I honestly, 2 days later, I thought I was going to fucking die. I couldn't walk. I was very sick. And I never had any problems. The whole time I was in Australia, I come here, get bitten by a brown recluse in a place that doesn't even really usually happen. It's crazy. It's just.
Every time I see one of those, I kill it. Every time I see it, I kill it. Right. If it even looks like a brown recluse, I kill it.
Right.
Die.
Yeah.
Why? Because you kill people.
Yeah, my knee is fine now, but it was big. It was like the size of a grape.
Everybody's like, you need spiders to eat bugs. Well, guess what? We don't need those spiders.
Right. But the Avondale spiders, they're about this big. Just keep one in the corner of your kitchen and it'll keep it free of flies.
No. Keep it outside. How about that? We'll let it stay outside. Okay. You're an outdoor cat. Weird pets in New Zealand. All right, go ahead, Sam. What's the next one?
Your next answer better not be spiders.
It better not be spider related.
Greed. Everybody collects something. You're out, you're traveling, you're on a booking, and you see something in the store. You're like, oh my God, I have to have this.
I do have a spider analogy for this. How did you Okay.
So what do you collect and buy?
Greed, I collect regulars. I do. I'm one of those dancers. I'm really good. I want them. I imagine as an analogy, I am a spider in the middle of the club, and I'm luring in juicy flies. That's the best. That is what I'm thinking about when I'm trying to trap someone.
Yeah, that's awesome because I've worked.
I'm a greedy stripper. I am.
No, I've worked with quite a few girls like you, okay, if you will, and generally they tend to have the blonde bombshell type too, but they also tend to be probably the smartest girl on the staff. Aww. Because they will come, and even if they in their rotation on the stage, if they come down off the stage in a half hour, because my rotations sometimes are 3 hours between sets.
Right.
If we have a lot of girls, I've only got 2 stages. I got one 3 top, and I got one small satellite stage. And even if they were on stage a half hour, 45 minutes earlier, they'll come and they'll hit me with a tip and they'll go put me on stage again. Why? Because they see bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
They see the whole room.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if the guy's got a girl next to her. She's going to go up there and guy stands, gets the girl off his lap. Here, sit down over here, goes up to the stage, tips her. And then when she's done, she comes over and says hi, and says thank you and kiss on the cheek and all of that. Talks to him for a minute. And then she goes to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. And then she is just bug ass busy for the next 4 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you could say it nicely that I have a good work ethic. And when you talk about the blonde bombshell thing, I mean, we don't do this for us, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Well, we do financially for us, but we've done it for the sake of everybody else that we're trying to So I mean, I mean, I could say I have a good work ethic, but really I am greedy.
Right. Well, okay. This brings up a really good question. This is a question I've asked a few entertainers. If you weren't an entertainer,
I can't even imagine that dimension, but yes, anyway.
Would you still maintain that look? That physical look. I mean, like your hair, I hate to ask a personal question, but your hair is naturally blonde?
No, I'm naturally really dark, like
really dark,
like really dark chocolate brown.
Okay. Yeah. Would you go back to the dark hair?
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, for this, it's a lot of upkeep. This whole thing is expensive.
And it's fabulous. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, no, and I like it. I don't feel bad. Like, I like the Barbie persona. I like the look and I enjoy it, but I never had a problem with how I looked naturally either. But this definitely is a marketable look, and I've stuck with it. It works, and I'm not about to change that until
you keep the big boobs.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're not going anywhere.
leave the boobs.
Right, but this was something, like, if I was doing something, I can't tell you, like, if I was doing something that didn't require so much of me aesthetically, then no, I probably would just stick with my regular,
What would
I would definitely I would definitely still work out and be healthy and everything. I do that for myself.
Right.
And I definitely do that for my mental health. But as far as like all of the aesthetic stuff, like the hair, the tan, the titties, all of that stuff, like, I don't think I would necessarily do that. It depends.
What was your original cup size before augmentation?
So I had naturally really big boobs when I started out.
So it wasn't a big adjustment, like balance wise, like
No. I've always had from when I was about 14 or 15. I had really big jugs, but then when you start doing so much work, like athletically, you're dancing a lot. I started out as a go-go dancer, as a podium dancer. So I was in like a little G-string bikini, and I had to dance for 45 minutes out of every hour for 9 hours. So I lost a lot of weight very quickly. I toned up very fast. And part of that was that I lost a lot of my titty. So, it was a couple of years later, after I was on stage and doing everything I wanted to do, Penthouse magazine, I got my tits done because I missed the fullness of having them. So this is my second set.
Right on.
I naturally, maybe I would have had my tits done then, because naturally I felt more comfortable, I guess, having bigger boobs. Yeah.
Well, sometimes even if you have a large C or a D or whatever, and I've seen girls that have D cups and they get, almost a similar augmentation, but it's an augmentation because, because I want to be 60 and I still want to be able to wear a bikini. I don't want them down around my belly button.
Right.
So, there's other reasons for it,
Yeah.
But okay, that's awesome.
I think little titties are beautiful.
Personally. Oh yeah, they're awesome.
I love little titties, and if I'd have had little titties to start with, I would never have had them augmented. You know what I mean? But once they sort of shrink, they don't go to looking like nice little titties.
Right.
They look a little bit empty. So
that's the only thing that I really hate, because being in South Florida, we get an influx of young girls and new dancers, and they hit the stage with these 19, 20, 21-year-old beautiful natural bodies.
Yeah.
Beautiful teardrop B cup boobs.
Their skin is so perfect, and they've got
just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And 7 months later, they
light of potential radiating from them. Yes.
And then we just beat it out of them. No, but that money. And and you hit that, it's everybody's like, oh yeah, it's the new meat. Yeah, she's a new girl on the block. And very few of them survive making that first $20,000-$30,000, and they've got a shoebox full of money, and they're like, and then they see the girls that have the augmented boobs, or they're friends with girls with augmented boobs, and of course they get the peer pressure. You should get boobs,
right?
And
and also when you're a new dancer, and I remember this, and I know you'll remember this too, Sam. Like, when you're a new dancer, you have a new girl smell.
New girl smell.
You're like a new costume.
I miss that.
And you make new girl money. You make new girl money for like, and sometimes it can last for 6 months depending on the girl. But then all of a sudden there's a wane because you've got that new fresh thing about you, so people are attracted to it, but then all of a sudden you've gotten used to it, you look more, you know what you're doing, so you no longer look like a new girl, but you don't have that cold, predatory killer instinct that the other girls have. So you got to start upping your game. So your money does, like, after you lose that new girl thing, you start to have to work out, like, what do I do? What am I going to do hustle wise?
That's when the fake boobs come.
Right. Yeah. And so what you're doing is aesthetically.
First it's blonde hair.
You don't have to be
then
blonde.
It's extensions. Right. I know. But they go blonde.
Yeah.
And they get extensions.
Right.
And you look and you see a lot of progress. They've been hitting the gym. But then once you go the blonde hair and the extensions and that new girl money is usually when the girls have essentially made the rounds of all the regulars.
Yeah.
So now now they know all the regulars by name and they know all the regulars game and their bullshit.
Yes.
And they still might fuck with one or two of them, but all of a sudden, they're not busy all the time.
Picked out like the guys really do. They want it's someone that they've never seen before, and it's oh, she's new, and you have a different vibe. You definitely have a different vibe about you. Do you know what I mean? And so, but you still may not necessarily know what the fuck you're doing after 6 months. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what you're still working out what your boundaries are, because no matter where you are in the hierarchy or where you are as a sex worker, your own boundaries are your own. Do you know what I mean? Right. It takes a little while for for what people want, like what people are requesting from you and what you want to do and what you're willing to say no to, that catches up. Do you know what I mean? A little while. So yeah, there is like a time where after you've lost that whole nervous excitement vibe that attracts people and it attracts pervs as well. But
I feel attacked.
You've got to learn. But you've got to learn how to, where you are, you've got to learn your persona as a stripper. Like, because there are different, like, being a cold, hard bitch really works for some people. And it fucking certainly doesn't work for me. But being aloof works for some girls. Being really pushy works for some girls. Being just like totally bubbly and friendly works for other girls. And there's this like adjustment period where you're working out what's your persona, what your personality is as a stripper, or as any kind of sex worker. I'm sure, you know what I mean? You got to work it out. Like, what works for you? You're working on
Sam's tits literally dried off while we were talking about that.
I think, she just did that. So I think that's a sign that we've been talking about this too long. She's like, okay, cut it short.
All right, Sam, what's our next question?
Envy. You could be anyone in the entire world, dead or alive. Just switch places with them for 24 hours. Who would it be?
Okay, so this is the same fucking thing that I'm talking about. Like, I don't idolize celebrities, and it's fucking, I find it really fucking weird in our society that we do that.
What about public figures?
I mean, no, because I don't want to end up mentally ill. I don't think I could go back from that. No, but I would like to be like a dude, like, with a hot girlfriend that I like I want to just be a
who
guy
doesn't?
I want to be a dude for a day, like, that has a hot girlfriend that just so I can fuck. Or even, like, if we're getting really narcissistic, I could be like a guy fucking me for a day just so I would know what it was like, but it doesn't have to be me. That is really narcissistic. No, but
that's the epitome of go fuck yourself.
It is. Yes.
See, I'd like to go fuck myself.
Yeah. But that's literally mine and Sam's job right now. So
that's true. That's true.
Myself.
I
would like to be a guy for a day. I love being a woman, and I would never trade places with any rich guy. Doesn't matter who he is, ever, no matter what. I love being a woman. I definitely am. I feel terrible for people that are in a body that feel like they don't belong in it. I fucking feel for them, because I fucking love being this person. But I would, just for research purposes, like to be a dude that can fuck a hot girl for a day.
Well, let me tell you that even though a dick and balls are a lot less maintenance than a vagina, they're a lot less maintenance than a vagina. There's still no walk in the fucking park.
Right. No, I'm sure.
You literally, junk is junk. You got to keep your junk clean. So the struggle is real. So sure.
Right, but I'm only going to have it for a day. So unless I trade bodies with an absolute fucking
well,
scumbag,
wash it after you're done, though. I mean, wash your hands and the junk.
I'm going to go crazy, and he's going to wake up the next day being like, "What the fuck did she do to me?"
give it back all crusty and dirty, and got like a hair on the top of it. And is that peanut butter? I hope that's peanut butter. Oh. Why does it all smell like whipped cream? A friend of mine told me that story one time. I had nothing to do with me. All right, Sam, we got one more?
Yes, I think Bambi is perfectly suited for the last question.
Okay.
Pride. This is time for you to brag about yourself and your accomplishments. What are you proud of?
Okay.
Go.
So I think I talked about this for you, like briefly. I have like a pony play fetish, like just a mild one. Like I don't want to be a horse, but I like the pony. I've got a thing for ponytail butt plugs, and none of them. Hot. Yeah, right. But none of them.
Those are fun.
So when you put them in, right, and the problem is that your butthole is higher, like it's lower down on your body when you're standing or when you're bending over than a regular tail would be. So it doesn't get that cute, like. It sort of just hangs down between your legs. So I'm currently designing.
It'll pop out if you try to walk with it.
No, I don't have that problem. But like the tassels fall between your legs. They don't stick up and be cute. Like it doesn't look quite right. So I'm currently designing a ponytail butt plug where it's got the kink in it. So the butt plug sits in your butt and then just it comes out a little bit so that it looks like a real tail.
It would be a hook that comes up between the cheeks. No, it's definitely it's a great design.
But also, I want to brag about the amazing dancers that work at Lux Showgirls when we're open. The club that I had for 9 days, it was amazing. They've all I've got a good portion of the girls have gone online. They're being proactive. They're amazing. Like I've worked with some amazing entertainers. I'm very lucky. I got a message the other day from a dancer saying, I've got this customer and he's paid me online for a bunch of VIPs. He's prepaid me for for when the club opens. So do you want the money now or shall I hold on to it? I was just like, yes, bitch. Yes. So I had to brag about that because I've got some very proactive dancers.
They are definitely securing their jobs. That's some job security.
I got a little bit teary-eyed. I was like, oh.
we all need women like that in our lives.
You're a fucking hero. I've done well.
The loyalty is amazing.
Yes.
That is outstanding, though. I mean, that's like the opposite of I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a table dance today.
Yeah, right.
Like, so it's like layaway. Is that what that is? That's lap dance layaway.
Every face is the same. Every stripper's face is the same when guys say that. It's just like, like that's not funny.
That ain't funny. What the fuck you talking about? But I like that. I like that lap dance layaway. I think that's a really good concept. I think
it's like is. It's not even fun. Like what is it? It's like he's prepaying. It's a deposit. It's a booking fee.
Right. What's it?
100% booking fee. No, I was very proud of it.
Make sure when you guys open up, make sure you rope off an area just for prepaid.
Yes.
Prepaid area.
And the guys, but also I want to have a party for all of the guys, like invite all the guys that were on our OnlyFans and all on our like mini vids and all of the stuff online.
That is fucking genius.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a party and we're going to invite those guys to thank them. And we're going to have all those come in. Yeah. Just
that's
to say
brilliant.
Thanks for looking after us.
Fucking A, that's brilliant.
While we were all fucking being punished for our prurient nature, which you all love, by the way. Yeah.
Yet they still keep coming back.
Yeah. Right.
I just want to, you know what? I would really like to go face to face with some of these senators that signed off on that shit because
that their basements are fucking sick as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And they go in through the VIP door at Washington D.C. at D.C. area strip clubs, and wherever they go back to their constituency, whatever city. What are you doing, Sam?
Dancing.
Oh, she's trying to hide a fart. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to hide a fart. So I jump up and down.
But I have been looking around for spiders since Bambi's been talking about spiders because I saw some floating in the pool this morning. I've been randomly like.
You don't have those bad spiders. Do you have bad spiders in Florida?
Bed spiders? No.
Bad spiders.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. We get wolf spiders and brown recluse.
Poisonous though. I mean, brown recluse are horrible. I've had first-hand experience, but I mean, just
kill them every time. Yeah. Well, no, we're not Australia in that light. Where Australia's got like 9 different kinds of spiders that can kill you.
The little ones are usually the most poisonous.
Yeah, a little nasty. Well, we've got black widows around here too, which are little fuckers too.
Yeah.
But kill them all. Kill. All right, so Sam, are we done?
That was 7 out of 7.
That was 7 out of 7. You're starting to get a little pruny, young lady.
Am I?
Show me your fingers.
Yeah, show the fingers.
Maybe a little bit, actually.
Oh, they're ribbed for my pleasure. Yeah.
Under my pool.
Oh my goodness!
I'm like fucking 18 hours away.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Is that all by car?
Yes, but I don't think they're letting anybody into Florida, are they?
No, they
I don't have a Florida license, so I don't think they'll let me in.
Yeah, I think a friend of mine was like, yeah, they had a roadblock up. That was like the 3rd day of the lockdown. There was a roadblock at the state line. So
I mean, it's a good idea because everybody's like, "Fuck it, it sucks in my state. We're gonna go to Florida."
Let me tell you, I see those New York license plates all over the place. They came running down here when things started popping off in New York. I was like, don't bring your Corona ass down here. Keep it up there with the rest of you New Yorkers. Everything's so fucking great up there. Go up and keep your fucking coronavirus up there with your friends. Share it. Go ahead. It's awesome. You have the best coronavirus too.
You have the best coronavirus.
You got the best pizza. You got the best bagels. Best coronavirus, the best football, the best hockey, the best basketball. You get the best of everything. I sat out here. Let me tell you, it got really weird here. Okay, I live in an area in Boca Raton where I live about maybe a quarter of a mile from a decent sized highway, 441. Right. And when I sit on my back porch and have a cigar, do my social media and whatnot, I can hear the traffic. You can't hear the traffic at night. There's you can hear the one car going down 441. And when the night of the report on I guess it was NBC Night News, talking about there was an air traffic jam, a traffic jam of jets flying out of New York because they were locking New York down. And all these rich people were jumping on their private fucking planes and they were running down here because the only thing I saw, I live in Boca Raton and I live probably about 2 miles from an executive airport. Yeah. And I saw more planes in the sky than I could hear on the road.
Yeah.
Just a line of jet after jet after jet flying rich fucks from New York down here to hide. Like your condo is going to keep you from getting it.
Yeah.
Your summer home or your winter home is going to keep you from getting it.
It's just nice in Florida. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to be set.
I know.
There's a lot of people dealing with some serious mental health issues. Do you know what I mean? Like in Florida.
I'm losing my fucking mind. Who are you kidding?
I wish I was in Florida. Do you know what I mean? I do. I wish I was in Florida. Like I'm in Illinois, so it's like we have beautiful summers. I never really understood. New Zealand doesn't where I'm from in New Zealand is coastal, so I never really had to deal with snow, and I never had to deal with I never had to deal with a winter like the Midwest winters. And the first time I saw snowfall, I've been to the mountains in New Zealand with the snow, but I've never seen snowfall. I'm definitely a summer baby, but it was so pretty. I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. The snow was in Michigan and everyone was like, you're going to get so sick of that. And I did. After 3 weeks, I was like, fuck this shit. I need to go to the beach. It is so freezing. I've never been so cold in my life. You have to wear so many layers. And I don't like layers at all. After a while you get pissed off. It's hard. So right now the weather's getting better, but it's kind of like it's up and down. Do you know what I mean? It'll be nice one day, it'll be shitty the next. It's just nice to be able to hear the water and be in a warm place, especially when you're fucking feeling shitty. So I understand why people want to go to Florida at this time. But you know, it's not helpful.
We've got all the coronavirus we need.
Florida man doesn't want you.
And I'll throw iguanas and boa constrictors and squirrels at you.
I've seen a lot of
iguanas.
I used to have a shitload of iguanas in my backyard.
I love lizards. I love them. Yeah.
You would have loved being here last year. Last summer was iguana summer.
Aww.
But then they said it's okay to kill them now, and they went bananas. Oh my God! Everybody in my neighborhood, they went nuts. They went nuts.
I tell them because they're breeding too much.
Well, no, yeah, and I also have a lot of Caribbeans and South Americans that live in my neighborhood, so they're used to killing lizards and things like that. It's like, oh, we kill them. Are they good eating?
Do you eat them? They do, right?
I hear tell what is it? Haitians and Bahamians eat them.
Okay.
So, you know, and the same with Muscovy ducks. We have these ugly ass ducks.
Yeah.
Suddenly we don't have as many as we used to have about 10 years ago.
Oh.
Coincidence? Duck is duck. All right, kids. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn you loose, Bambi. Turn you loose back into the wild, and let you two. I get the feeling you guys are going to have your own Zoom meeting after I leave. So I don't want to interrupt. All I want to do is watch. But do you have now? Can you go ahead and promote your OnlyFans? I mean, how many sites are you on now?
I'm on many vids, and I'm currently working on BambiWilde.com. But the most bang for your buck is going to be the OnlyFans, because I'm tossing up between another couple of sites, so I'm always going to keep my OnlyFans. So I've had that for the longest. There's like 3 years worth of content on there. So OnlyFans.com/BambiWilde.
Okay.
Bambi Wilde with an E on the end, like Oscar Wilde.
Wilde, like Oscar Wilde, exactly. Ding, ding, ding. Look at you. Look at, and she's literate too. And I'm not talking about literate. I mean like literarily literate. Well, and don't worry about that whole BambiWilde.com. We have the man with your plan. We're gonna build you a one-stop shop for Bambi Wilde, the same as Sam Singh has. Her fabulous website, which all you have to do is go to xsamsingx.com, or is it .net? .net. Sorry, my bad. .net. And that is also your one-stop shop for all things.
Yeah, I love it.
Singh.
Yeah, I did. I went on there. She sent it to me. I was very interested.
We're gonna make that happen for you too. We really are. I mean, we have the man with the plan. All right. Well, Bambi, thank you so much for coming on. And it was fucking delightful. And sorry I messed up the New Zealand Australia thing.
Oh fuck, it's all right. We don't do grudges.
Am I like the only one to ever do that in your entire life?
Everybody does it.
Okay. That makes me feel so much better.
Everybody does it. Actually, every American does it.
Well, and we can't wait for you to come to Florida, because when you do come down to Florida, then I'm going to have you sitting right across from me in this studio.
I would love that.
Well, by that time, I'll probably have a different studio, but hopefully it isn't that long. Thank you so much for coming on, though. I really appreciate it.
I really loved being on. Thank you so much.
And of course, Sam's going to be talking about this for the next 2 days. Like, all right, that was great. That was awesome. What about that time? I don't get. She gets excited, and I love when we bring.
Like that.
I love when we bring your friends on, because you have a great time. You're just all smiles. But the pool thing is a double bonus. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys make sure you go to the Gonzo Radio Network if you aren't already there. GonzoRadioNetwork.com. That is our one-stop shop for all things Gonzo, and that will also get you the current live feed, the YouTube feed, Facebook. You can go fuck yourself. I'm really not happy with you anymore. I'm not. I'm really not. Everybody like, what would you do if you met Mark Zuckerberg? Well, flip a coin. I might punch the motherfucker. I don't know, but there now. Did that get me kicked off Facebook yet? I'm trying to get kicked off of Facebook.
Oh, that's the goal. Well, why did you have us wear tops? We could have done that.
Well, I'll take mine off. Hey. All right, I'm gonna get us out of here before we get into real trouble. I'm Big Daddy Gonzo. That's Sam Singh. That's Bambi Wilde, and we are out. We'll see you next week, 8 o'clock here on the Gonzo Radio Network. Bye.
For Gonzo Radio, this is Super Time 6000 2015 for Gonzo Television Station. You're coming to the greater Sandusky, Ohio area. This is Pirate Bill, and this is Frank Welker saying, watch Transformers.